Welcome to From Creeping to Preaching. I'm your host, Renee R. White, a proud native Washingtonian, born and raised and still live here in the heart of D.C. I spent many years of my life in this incredible city, and it's not just my home, it's where my story began, and where my passion for uplifting my community, especially the youth. This podcast is a space where we can have real, raw conversations about life, faith, and purpose, all rooted in the experience of someone who has walked these very streets and understands the struggles and the beauty of life in D.C. We're episode 2. We're season 2, episode 24. That's season 2, episode 24. This is still a continuation dedication to my mom. And we are called this episode Cheering by Day, GoGo by Night. And that's cheering by day, GoGo by night. You see, at one point in my life, cheerleading was everything. The excitement, the energy, the traveling, the teams, it was my identity. But slowly my focus started to change. And like a lot of us, the people around me had a big influence. And for me, that was my sister. She was older, and whatever she said was law. If she said we were going out, we were going out, period. No questions asked. I want to pause here because cheerleading wasn't just an activity for me. It was a way of life. I loved it. Loved moving around, loved the games, loved the teams, loved the discipline, loved the confidence. But in truth, we were young. There was always something new. Always something new. So, question to my listeners. Have you ever had something you loved, but then life pulled you into something totally different? I'll never forget that night. That night, me and my sister went down to Howard Theater. If you know, you know. And if you don't, Howard Theater was legendary. And that night, Chuck Brown himself was performing The Godfather GoGo. Oh, yeah. I was underage, but walking in there, I felt like I have arrived. The crowd was alive. The music was pumping. It wasn't, good grief. I wasn't thinking about cheerleading or school. I was just thinking, this is it. This is where I want to be. And this is where I need to be. But let me tell you, we stayed out. Oh, yeah, we stayed out a little late. We stayed out past our curfew. And in my house, curfew was law, just like my sister's words was law. When we finally made it home, I thought I could slip unnoticed in the front window. So I opened up the window, and guess who was standing right there? Ma. She was right there. And before I could get all the way in, the belt came across my back. And me being who I am, extremely stubborn, I was mad. I wasn't even going to break. I didn't even cry. I didn't even shed one tear. But then my sister walked in. When Ma hit her, she screamed like, top of her lungs. You would have thought that the whole neighborhood heard her because she's loud. But I just stood there biting down all the anger, holding it all in. It's funny how those moments, those little teeny decisions about who you are. And for me, it was, you're not going to make me cry. Let me ask you listeners, what kind of child were you when you got in trouble? Were you one who cried and screamed, or were you just silent? Now, you think that would have been enough to scare me, right? Scare me straight, but oh no, not me. The GoGo had its hooks on us, and the very next time we went back down again. Only this time we were smarter. We made sure we got home before the curfew. Because here's the truth. Discipline didn't stop curiosity. The belt didn't stop the pull of the beaten, but it did make us smarter and wiser. That's how life sometimes shapes us. You get burned, but you learn. And even though Mom wasn't playing with that belt, she couldn't keep us away from the world that was calling us. The GoGo was more than music. It was culture. It was where we found community, laughter, joy, and even a little rebellion. It was about claiming our identity, testing the limits, and figuring out who we were outside of the watchful eyes of our parents. But looking back, it was also a reminder that choices come with consequences. I was walking that fine line between being a cheerleader on the sidelines and being the girl out late at night testing curfews. Listeners, was something from your childhood or your teenage years that pulled you in a whole different direction? Was it music, friends, love, or maybe a scene you weren't supposed to be in? So family, let me tell you, that's how I moved from cheerleading to GoGo, from uniforms and routines to Chuck Brown and Howard Theater. It was a shift, a turning point, a piece of my life that shaped who I was becoming. And looking back, I laugh, I shake my head. I thank God I made it through. But in those moments, it felt like freedom, even when it came down to the belt and sneaking in the front room. So I leave you with this. What's the story from your youth that still makes you laugh or cry or shake your head to this day? I want to hear from you. Drop me a message, send me a comment, share your story with me, because here we heal through sharing. And don't forget, tune in every Friday at 9 a.m. and listen to Creeping the Creature. We here, we grow in our community one story at a time. And also grab your book at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. As you read along, you'll see every twist, turn, and triumph unfold, gaining a deeper understanding and a knowledge of my testimony. Changing lessons behind every story. Let's walk this path together. Your journey is a healing and a hope. Just one page away. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm excited to hear how you peeling back your layers and embracing your moment of cheering by day and GoGo by night. Also, visit the website Creeping the Preaching for fresh merch and resources in upcoming episodes. I'd like to thank my producer, McKinley with Moving in Motion by Mac. See you next week.